Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. And here I am. I got 2 days left in this week to talk about the spiritual gifts from God. I've talked about some of the really miraculous ones, some of them that aren't quite so miraculous. And today, in Romans 12, I have another list. This list is kind of a combination, but with an emphasis on the more practical things. And I want to read it to you. Romans chapter 12, beginning with verse 6. In his grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership abilities, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. Now, these gifts are not as fancy, they're not as show-offy as some of the miraculous ones. And it says here that God has given us different gifts. None of us have all the gifts. None of us have necessarily the exact same gift. And here we reach a list in verse 7 after he talks about prophesying, which fits in the previous category. But I read it again because it is important. It is a gift. It does exist. But then he comes down to the ones that, well, perhaps you and I have more of an affinity towards. It says, if your gift is serving others, serve them well. What does serving others mean? It means helping to meet their needs. You know, I think of a server at a restaurant. They facilitate getting your order, getting it to the kitchen, bringing it back to the table, and making sure everything's fine. They're serving you. Now, they're getting paid for it, and that's not what this is talking about, but the principle's the same. They are doing something for you, hopefully to the best of their abilities. I just kind of get tickled when they come back and you haven't had the first mouthful yet, and they say, does everything taste good? I don't know. I haven't eaten it yet. Uh, but when we serve because we want to help others. And then it says, if you're a teacher, teach well. Now, there are formal teachers, those who teach in schools, and there are informal teachers. Informal teachers are like the people on your job site, the ones that look up to you, the ones that want to see how you're going to react. You'd be surprised how many times we get a chance to witness to the goodness and the grace of the Lord in our workplace, and we might not even know it. So if you're a teacher, teach well, it says. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. Man, I got to tell you, there are not enough encouragers out there. No church has enough of them. These are the people that just, everything is about, hey, how great are you doing? What's going on? They want to know about you. They're not being nosy. Well, maybe some of them are, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those who are trying to help you through the day. We get a lot of ads and blips on the internet about needing coffee to get you going. Well, I don't drink coffee, so I guess I get going without it. Some people don't get going without it. But this isn't the same thing. We all need people who will tell us we've done a good job. I don't know about you, but I'm my worst critic. I finish preaching a sermon and I go home And it's easy to remember all the places where I didn't get it right, when I didn't really say what I wanted to say. And it's easy to think, geez, I really messed up today. When in fact, I might not have at all, but the expectations are so high. Recently, I had a good friend say, boy, you're on the spot today. I said, really? He said, yeah, you preached such a great sermon last Sunday. I don't know if you can do two in a row. Well, I don't know if I can either. You'll have to judge that. And if you haven't ever heard me preach, well, watch online or come and see. It's up to you to figure that one out. But to encourage others, particularly those starting out, particularly those who don't have the life experiences that you and I might have. That means the ones who are younger and the ones who are just led such a hard life. If your life has been easy, then by golly, you better be thankful for it. Because there are a whole bunch of folks whose lives have not been easy. And then it goes on to say, if it's giving, give generously. Man, I wish I were rich. I mean, really, really rich. If I had an abundance of money, I could not run out of ways to give it away. Now, you're thinking, oh, yeah, that's what preachers supposed to say. I don't know what preachers are supposed to say. I just know what I say. And I love giving. Faith says that I can't even keep a secret. So if I get a Christmas present, I want to give it to them right away. And she says, John, don't tell them. Let them have somewhat of a surprise. Well, hey, my thinking is if I go ahead and give it to them now, I can get something else and still surprise them. Give generously. Giving generously means you know that what you have is not because of your abilities. It's because of what God has given to you. And I can tell you for sure, you can't outgive God. And the joy of watching someone's face light up when you give them something, man, God hit it right on the head with this one. If it's giving, give generously. And then he says that if you have the gift of leadership, lead well. Too many people sit around behind and say, oh, I don't think I can do that, and never try. That's another story. I'll leave that one to get to the last one. A gift for showing kindness to others. Do it gladly. This world will never, ever have too much kindness. In fact, the real worry is the other thing. So if you're given a chance to be kind today, take it. You never know what the response of that person's life is and how you might be God's element to change it. Well, these gifts are pretty down to earth, and I think they include just about all of us. So you don't have to worry about not having any gifts. You got them. The question is, are you using them for God's purpose? Will you think about that? Hope you have a wonderful day. If you need something, let us know. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help make it happen. Thanks for listening. I'll be back again. God bless you.